Well, good morning. From Andy and Rosie talking to their friends next door. It's Friday morning here in Solavita, a little community around Point Siena, Kissimmee area of Florida. Are you saying hi to your friends? Yeah. Today I want to do a take on an old southern recipe. It's creamy chicken and biscuits. I'm making it with Bisquick, the topping. Also, on the flip side of that, I want to try to do, well, I'm not going to try to, it depends on what I have in the freezer, to do a fruit cobbler. Also, I'm going to make that with Bisquick. Easy. It takes like 30 seconds to throw together and get in the oven. Listen to the dogs. Okay. We're also going to try to stop by the farmer's market here in Solavita. It's a few minutes from my house. They're here on Mondays and Fridays. So until we meet later on today, I bid you adieu and have a great day. Well, good morning. We're on our way. There's Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hi.
We're on the way to see the farmer's market, visit the farmer's market rather, by GC golf cart. I'm going to take you through the tunnel. They call our little community back here. We're considered tunnel rats, because to get to the rest of the community, we have to access the tunnel by our golf carts. So I'm going to give you shots here and there as we go. To the farmer's market. So here we go. I'm going to turn you around and take some pictures. Say hi, Sam.
Hi there. That'll scare him.
Now, where's that wall here to slow down? Look at this statue, guys. Isn't that beautiful? There we go. And oncoming golf carts. Oh, here comes a car. Where did that car come from?
No.
Thursday a week.
May 9th, a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday night from 6 o'clock till 9. We'll get to play bocce from 7 to 9. Everybody's bringing a little something to share. So we're getting a good response.
Is there anything that you want me to particularly bring? I can bring rolls.
Anything but dessert.
Okay, I gotta get your husband in here. Say hi, husband.
That's Dave Flint. He's in charge of
Dave. Okay.
Our flag. So
I should know your husband. I've seen him a half a dozen times. I'm gonna sign of that. Okay. It won't let me. Oh, yeah. Here's our sign. Alligators and snakes in area, beware. Okay, here's our farmer's market. Look at these beautiful stuff. You're okay.
I'll go around the picture.
Look how beautiful these are. And here's the main one. Corn. Peaches. Brussels sprouts, God, they look gorgeous. There's some peppers and squash and zucchini. $3 a box. That's a good price, Sam. There's some sweet potatoes, $2.50 a basket. That's a good price. And tomatoes. Cucumbers, eggplant, good price, $1.50. Peppers, 50 cents. Onions, $1.69 a pound, all good price. Okay, Solavita, here is the Rosemary. She is the cannolis. Rosemary, you said you had pasta?
Yes, we have pasta, we have sauce.
And you make all this?
Yes,
Okay.
not the pasta. We get it from a vendor.
And you said about
The cream puffs and the sfogliatelle.
only on Fridays. Okay. And
the
then
cookies are every day.
Now, do you have a place you make these, or are these made at home?
We have a special vendor that makes them for
Okay.
us.
Okay.
And we also have cannoli that we stuff while you wait.
Uh-huh.
And the cream is an old family recipe, and I'm from Sicily.
Oh, okay.
So it's as authentic as it gets.
It
It's
can't
my
get any-
mom's recipe.
Can't get any better than that. Let me take a picture of everything, Rosemary, so people have your name and your number. And you cater also. You also
Oh,
cater.
definitely.
Okay.
Just give us a buzz and we'll do whatever you need.
Okay. I'm here with Pat, and she does herbs, medicinal herbs, and she honey,
And
turmeric
I'm famous
teas.
for my ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, honey,
There we go.
and I give 3 cups of tea every day with that.
Well, you know, I'm a tea lover. I
Oh,
drink it
God,
all the
I love
time.
that.
Just look at some of the stuff that she has.
Signs out.
I mean, it's just amazing what she has here. And you've been back here how long, Pat?
10 years.
She's been back here 10 years. So, in an upcoming segment, we're going to sit down with Pat, and she's going to tell us all about her tea and how she got started and where she is now and where she wants to go. Okay, Pat, I appreciate it.
That's fine.
And
Would you
I'll-
like to take some tea with you?
Sure, I'll see you next Friday. Well, we just got back from the farmer's market. I got some great videos going over there, going through our tunnel to get to the other side of Solavita. I live in Bellaviana. So to get here, you have to access the tunnel if you're driving by golf cart. But we went to the farmer's market. I took some images of the beautiful produce and very, very decent prices, by the way. And I also talked to several businesses over there that I'm going to highlight in the coming weeks. I think it's important for us as a community to share vendors that make their money and support themselves by selling things, not only that they create themselves, but they bring in to sell to Solavita so that we don't have to go traveling to buy those items. Now, what we're going to do today is, this is going to be an easy meal. It's things that everybody's going to have on hand, hopefully. And you're not going to have to do a lot of cutting, chopping, sauteing, and all that stuff. We're going to do like a classic fruit cobbler, but I'm using Bisquick as my topping. And I'm going to use frozen fruit. I use a can of peaches that I had on hand, and then I'm using some frozen mixed berries that I put together with that. That's going to be the body, the filling of the cobbler. And then I'm going to add with that some preserves that I made back in the summer, last summer, peach preserves. And then I'm going to get that in the oven. Then we're going to start on the creamy chicken and biscuit recipe. That recipe as well is going to have a Bisquick topping, and it's also going to have frozen vegetables instead of the fresh vegetables, because remember, we don't want to be cutting, we don't want to be sauteing, we don't want to be doing any of that stuff. The only thing that we're going to be cooking, I'm going to cut up an onion, we're going to saute that with our chicken, and then we will be adding the frozen vegetables, the sauce, and get that in the oven, and bingo, you have dinner. So with that being said, let's get started. Let me put this camera down for you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, the directions with this say, we're going to mix the topping, the Bisquick topping in a bowl. So got this. We're going to take, I already added some sugar to my fruit filling, but I'm going to add just maybe a tablespoon of sugar in the topping. So we'll do that, mix that around. It calls for a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, but instead of nutmeg, I don't like nutmeg, so we're going to use cinnamon. So I'm going to go ahead and use a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. get you down so you can see that. There we go. There we go. So you can see that. This is real easy. It's just dump and go. Get rid of that. And the ducks here. And then we're going to add the milk. Well, it calls for milk. It calls for milk, and I'm adding buttermilk. I think buttermilk and baked goods just adds a little bit of a softer texture when it's mixed together. And I've got a bit of a scratchy throat today too, so bear with me here. Don't overbeat this batter. Make it tough. Just get it until it's combined. So now I'm going to add my tablespoon of my peach preserves. That just adds a little bit of more of a homey taste to it, I think. Not so much like canned. Mix that around, and then a half a cup of butter. I'm supposed to drizzle that in here. So, and that's done. Still seems like a lot of butter to me, but that's supposed to rise up rise up because this is going to go in the bottom of the pan, and the fruit's going to go on top. The oven, excuse me, the oven is preset to 375, and this is going to cook anywhere from 50 to 55 minutes. So, all we're going to do is just add the batter to the bottom of an 8 by 8 inch pan. The one recipe that I had, which was, oh my goodness, the recipe called for to feed up to 12 people. I don't think we need that. So just and then you want to add your mixed fruit. Okay. And that's it. So now what this is supposed to do is this cooks. That looks, I did forget to tell you, I did put in the fruit filling, I did put a tablespoon of cornstarch as a thickener. But I'm going to put this in the oven. We're going to check it about 40 minutes in so that I can see its progress. And then from there we'll decide if we're going to tent it or not, because I worry when things are in the oven that length of time. So, but set your timer for 35-40 minutes, check it, and then the recipe calls for up to 50 minutes. So, give or take whatever temperatures your oven goes for. Like it says 375, your oven could be 350, or your oven could be 390. You alone know what your oven cooks at. So, with that being said, we're going to put this in the oven, and we'll come back and do the chicken and biscuits. Well, hello. Our fruit cobbler should be coming out in about 3 or 4 minutes. I checked it about 10 minutes ago. It looks like it's coming along beautifully. That's good because we're going to get ready to put our chicken and biscuits together. Now the name of this is creamy southern style chicken and biscuits. Like I said, with a chicken you can use rotisserie chicken. You can do your saute your own chicken. You can use chicken breast, dark meat, whatever you want. I've got a mixture of some chicken breasts I cooked yesterday and shredded, and some chicken thighs that I cleaned up and cut up into chunks that I'm going to put in my pan to cook. There's Alexa. Hold on 1 second. Okay, the fruit cobbler is done. I'm going to show it to you in the oven, okay? Let me turn this around for you. Got it? There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'll be bringing that out, and I'll put it on the counter to start cooling. All right, I've got the cobbler out of the oven. Now that cobbler cooked at 400 degrees. The chicken and biscuits cooks at 450, so I did raise the temperature to 450. And again, you know, I can't emphasize it enough. Know your oven. You know, calibrate it as necessary. Check it when you need to. But I know we had a terrible time with mine until we finally got it figured out. So even now, some temperatures, you know, when the recipe calls for a 350 degree recipe, I double check with my thermometer, my digital thermometer, and it'll read something entirely different. So you just got to keep an eye on your oven, because that's the number one reason why a lot of recipes don't turn out. So I'm going to turn this down so that you can see what I'm doing. And one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to work this camera. So I've got half of an onion in my electric skillet, which I've got right now set on, I'm going to turn it up, it was on 300. I'm going to turn it up to 350. In here is a half of a large onion, or you can just use a medium onion, or as much onion as you want. Like I said, this is supposed to be an easy, simple, throw-together meal. So you don't want to be doing a lot of chopping. Actually, the recipe doesn't even call for the onion, but I prefer it. I've got to saute the chicken anyway, so I thought, well, I'll just do it together. So I'm going to be making a roux with this. So I put 4 tablespoons of butter. And when you make a roux for the gravy, you use the same amount of fat, whether it's coconut oil, butter, vegetable oil, shortening, as you do flour. So I've got 4 tablespoons of butter in here and 4 tablespoons of flour. And with this flour, just to give it a little bit more flavor, I threw in some Knorr chicken seasoning. Maybe like I want to say 2 teaspoons. Now, what I'm going to do to head start this, I'm going to go ahead and put our chicken in there as I cook the, as I go ahead and cook my spatula too. So we'll get that in there and get that started. Let me get rid of this. Something to wipe my hands off with. I cannot stand sticky hands. So, let's get that going. You can pull this meal together without the biscuit topping, I'm saying, in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because it doesn't take long for your chicken and your onions to saute, and everything else is just dump, go. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to add my seasonings. So, one of the first things to go in here is going to be my garlic. I can't chop garlic cloves anymore, so I buy the minced garlic. I don't see a big difference. So I put a tablespoon of garlic. And then, all of these are just dashes according to what you prefer or your family. This is the oven to reach temperature. This is garlic powder, onion powder, and cumin. I do very little of all of these. It's like, just a little bit of dash here and a little bit of dash there. And you want to do this ahead of time so that the seasonings have a little bit of a time to, permeate what you're doing. And heating them up makes them a little bit more fragrant. And it affects the dish a lot better. See how fast this is coming together? You can also put mushroom, you can make this yours. You can put anything you want in here. This is just like a base recipe. Okay, I'm going to put rosemary. And I'm also going to put the rosemary in my biscuit toppings. I should have told you that. But just a teaspoon.
Rosemary can be a pretty powerful ingredient. So in the biscuit topping, and then I'm going to put rosemary, just a teaspoon, in my filling. And whenever I do a chicken dish, I always put sage in it. Just a teaspoon. But again, that's up to you. Sage can be pretty powerful too, so you want to be careful. And omit whatever you want and add whatever you want. So I've got that. I've got salt and pepper out, but I'm not going to use it until the filling is done. And when I taste it, then I can make a decision on that, because with all the other seasonings and Knorr chicken seasoning, I could very easily over season this dish, and we don't want to do that. Okay? Okay, I'm going to turn this up just a little bit, get this done a little bit quicker. Okay, let's see, sage, rosemary. Okay, this is for our biscuit top. Now what we're going to do is add a little bit of Dijon mustard. Why? I don't know. A lot of times I left it out and I couldn't figure out why didn't I add mustard in that. And then I put it in one time and it was delicious. You really can't, it just does something. So I put about 2 teaspoons of mustard in there. And that's it. And it does make a big difference. You'd be surprised. Okay? There we go. And rinse my hands off. Got some mustard all over my fingers. Alright. So, now what we're going to do is put our roux together. And just remember, 4 tablespoons butter or a fat of some sort, and then you have to put at least the same amount of flour to do your roux. And you want to cook that flour, for a minute or so to get the real taste out of it. Now again, this flour, let me show you. I sprinkle maybe 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon granules on there, just to beef up the flavor. So here we go. I'm going to change spatulas. There we go. Get rid of that. This is really a very nice dish. It's just, just basic. You can dress it up, dress it down. It travels well, freezes well. And the one thing you can do that I found out that, I really like the idea of, as far as the biscuit topping, people love the biscuits. So they're going to, your biscuits are going to go. And they really do not reheat well. They don't freeze well, especially once they suck up all that juice. But you can always throw together real quick some more biscuits. All we're doing to make these biscuits is just Bisquick and milk. Done. And then you can have leftovers with your filling and just, make a biscuit on the side and just put the filling on top of it. It doesn't have to, be an elaborate event. Okay, I've got 1.5 cups of milk. Yes, it's not buttermilk. So, we're going to go ahead and get that in there. I put that in just a little bit at a time. Sure, that's already thickening, see? You see the color of that mustard in there, just that little bit. Okay, let's put a little bit more. I'll just go ahead and put all of it. There we go. That'll make a nice sauce for those chicken biscuits. I personally like to eat like this. I like a one-pot meal. I like something tasty, flavorful, easy to eat. Now, one thing you can do with this, forego the biscuits, make the filling, and you can put this over rice. You can serve it with noodles. So this recipe is really versatile. See how thick this is getting now? So we don't want to take it too far because we want to put the vegetables in there. We don't want to just overcook everything to death. So let's go ahead and put our 2 cups of, again, mixed vegetables, frozen or canned. You know, there's canned mixed vegetables. You can throw that in there. They're not expensive. I think I've got some in my pantry that, I'm going to turn this heat way down now. I've got some in my pantry right now. I think I paid $1 for the can. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's going to be a beautiful meal. There you have it. And that's ready to go. And see, it's pretty much cooked once it goes in the oven. All you're going to do is cook your, or bake your biscuits, your topping. Okay, let's turn this off. Get my towel and everything out of the way. We're going to bring this up. Can you see okay? I never know if you can see or not. Let me get a better spoon. Oh, I can smell that rosemary. That's one of the utensils in here. You can find the one I want. There we go. Oh, I want to taste this. Let me taste this real quick. Make sure I don't need any more seasonings. No, it's good. It's good. Okay. So, now this pan is about 4 inches high and about 9 inches long. So a little bit larger than the 9x5 pans. So, I'm sorry, I just screwed it. 6 inches tall, so it's 9x6, not 9x5. It's not a loaf pan, it's a casserole dish. You can put it in any dish, you can put it in a pie plate. And like I said, this is great for leftovers, filling those. I think the biscuits are terrible as a leftover. They get really soggy, soaking up all this, the good juice. And that's going to be just enough filling. This will feed easily 4 people. And I had to pare this recipe down because they had it feeding 8. I thought, oh my God, you'd never eat that. Okay, let me get all this out of the way, and then we're going to do our biscuits and pop these in the oven. There we go. Okay. So, set this over to the side. Get all this out of the way. And here we go. Now, I hope you can see this. Now, these are considered by a lot of people as drop biscuits. But they're nice little fluffy biscuits. I'm making a mess on this camera. It's got chicken all over it. Okay, here you go. There you go. Okay. Move that over. Okay. A spoon. Like I said, I put a little bit of rosemary in here. Flavor these biscuits. So, I'm going to do this a little bit at a time and add as I need. Biscuits are a funny thing, especially when you change from milk to buttermilk. Your buttermilk being a little bit, thicker. It can take more liquid than if it's just milk. So I'll add just a little bit more of this and a little bit more milk. And it should be good. I'm having major internet difficulties here. So I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this fully because it just keeps going in and out. We switched to Blue Stream back in October of last year, and ever since then I've had issues. It just might take all that flour. Who knew? I can't wait to show you some of the scenes that I filmed over at the farmer's market this morning. I took some on the way over there, and okay, I've messed with this flour enough. I don't want to get it too tough. Okay, let me get my trusty ice cream scoop. And here we go. We're just going to scoop it right on there. No rolling it out. There we go. Going to be cute, huh? Now my mom, when she would make chicken biscuits like this, she always made extra biscuits and put them on the side. I think that was a pretty good idea. Get in here. Stuck my finger. Put one in there. Because everybody wants a biscuit. And just enough. Just enough. Okay, I'm going to take this little bit of rosemary and just put like a little dollop on top. Rosemary and this chicken mixture goes so well together. Not much. Just a few little toppings on there. There you go. Okay, and that's it. So, here you go, for chicken and biscuits. Alright, so, I'm back. I hate that all through these videos you have to look at my stomach. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this in a 450 oven. I'm going to check it after 20 minutes because filling's done. We just want to get the biscuits done, and that's why they have to cook at such a high temperature. So as soon as they get nice and golden brown, we're going to take it out, let it sit for 5 minutes, and we're going to eat. So I'll bring you back when that happens. All right. Okay, they're done. I saw before I take them out of the oven. As I cook the camera. I'll get them out now. Hold on. Well, it's ready, Sam. Are you ready to taste test some of this for me?
If I have to.
Okay. Okay, I hope everybody can see all right. I'm really having difficulty with my internet today as well as the camera. So with that being said, Sam, I already dished out the cobbler. I'm going to put some ice cream on it right now. This ice cream I made, here it came back on. This ice cream I made last week in one of my other videos. It's a triple berry homemade ice cream. So I'll let that melt for you for dinner. Put it over to the side. Here you go, Sam.
Get ice cream on that.
No. No ice cream. Go ahead and give it a try and see what you think. Oh, wait a minute. Let me push this down so they can see. There we go. Oh my goodness.
There we go. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Try the biscuit. See if that's fluffy enough. Those are Bisquick biscuits, not my regular biscuits. They have rosemary in them. They're okay?
Real good.
Now, all of this is made with just pantry and freezer items from, of course, the chicken is it, but I made a roux with it. I put frozen peas and carrots in it. It's got both white and dark meat, an onion, a little bit of, some different seasonings. But other than that, it's done. You could probably throw these together in like 15 minutes. Did you want to taste the Cobbler real quick and see?
Oh, all right.
That'll be better once the ice cream starts melting through it.
I've never had bad ice cream, so don't mind.
What do you think?
That's just as good as it can be. It is very good.
Go ahead and take another bite. There you go. You like it? That's a good meal though,
That's a cobbler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Now my sideboard's supposed to be delivered here sometime tonight. You're going to be able to put it together for me and show them how to do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, that's it. We're going to call it a day. It's been a long day, trust me. With this internet going out, the camera falling into bread, and oh my goodness. But here, both of us are wishing you, a better days ahead. Best wishes. You take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and your loved ones. And please check on your neighbors. You never know what goes on behind closed doors and who may need you or whenever you may need them. So with that, we bid you adieu and have a good evening. Well, as promised, the sideboard came a little while ago, and as promised, Sam's putting it together, so I want to give you a little heads up here. Is it much of a bear?
Yes. Money for this marriage.
Well, keep hammering. Don't stop because I'm out here.
Draw a breath once in a while.
Is it put together pretty good though? I mean,